Well, it looks like I ruffled some feathers. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be allowed to be up, so let me just go through this quickly. So a few weeks ago, I made a video pointing out the Robinhood crash. This was back when Robinhood had been down for several days on some of what was then the most volatile trading days of the year. This is an issue because people holding large positions could be out thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars if their positions were locked up during those most volatile periods. Thus, in that video, I made it quite clear that users who are using Robinhood need to be more cautious and perhaps have a backup broker because Robinhood is more prone to glitches. And Robinhood even puts in their legal disclaimer in fine print that they hold no legal liability for losses as a result of their platform's technical issues. And in that video, I explained that. Given the fact that Robinhood was having recent crashes and given the fact that we're in such volatile times, it's quite important that my audience knows that, hey, you could be locked into a position and then Robinhood can't be held liable. But then a few weeks later, they offered a $15 credit to users who were hurt by their crash. And in my second video on Robinhood called Why I'll Never Use Robinhood, I explained how I felt that a $15 Robinhood credit didn't really make up for the potential thousands of dollars that investors may have lost. Imagine losing 52 grand and then Robinhood saying, "Oh, we sorry, here's $15. In my opinion, that's just a slap in the face. And I let people know that. But in this video, I also explained why I don't personally use Robinhood because of its history of unreliability, a history of making money by selling your trades to high-frequency traders, executions, and a platform that's more geared towards investors as compared to, well, traders. No secret that Robinhood is more curtailed towards the beginning investor as compared to the beginning active trader because traders, they make a lot of trades per day. They need a lot of indicators. They have a lot of different high-frequency events that they need to take advantage of, and Robinhood just wasn't really made with that goal in mind. But in that video on Robinhood, I also gave credit and explained how Robinhood does deserve a lot of credit for revolutionizing trading with their free commissions. They brought easy-to-use platforms to the niche, and that's really what appealed to tons of younger generations. And I thank Robinhood for that because that really helped me build my own audience and my own following here. However, sadly on this morning, I received this cease and desist letter from Robinhood. They claim several counts of defamation as a result of two different pieces of content that I published. These two pieces were hither and hither. You know, these days there's really not much to be shocked at, and really, this doesn't really surprise me. But it is a bit off-putting. I'm really taken aback that Robinhood would press charges on somebody who's a small creator expressing their opinions. Obviously, I don't speak for Robinhood, obviously, I don't speak for other creators, and obviously, I don't speak for Robinhood's users. I speak for myself and only myself. A lot of people, they don't even like my opinions, and I express that in each of the Robinhood videos. But you know, considering the state of the world we're in right now, it's just a little bit ridiculous that Robinhood would even focus on me. Maybe they could have even better used their time by trying to procure another credit line since they maxed out their last one. And while I would normally choose to fight this, I've spoken to my legal advisors via video conferencing, and I've been advised that while I probably would end up winning this in court, Robinhood would likely just drag this out, and eventually I'd be the one losing, and we'd have to settle. The problem is when you have one party with unlimited funds and then one individual party that's not going to spend millions of dollars fighting something, then all of a sudden you're in this area where, hey, the richer party can win, and somebody with the legal backing of Robinhood and the huge attorney and unlimited funds that they have, well, they're going to crush me. But in the long run, my legal team advised me that the best case scenario is just for me to take the videos down and, well, to issue a formal apology to Robinhood. And honestly, while I'd love to fight for myself and fight for what I believe in, instead I understand how this country works, and what I'm going to be doing is just doing what my legal team advised me to do. And after today, I'm going to be taking down all my Robinhood videos, and I'm going to be issuing this apology video. So in this video, I'm going to be apologizing to Robinhood, and I'm going to be going over everything that I said that was inaccurate and did not represent my true beliefs. Okay, so dear Robinhood, first off, I apologize for calling your users featherheads. While your logo is indeed a feather, I only know now that that feather represents not pure naivety, but rather brilliance. Time and time again, your top users prove to be some of the top intellectuals amongst us. And I know now that your crashes weren't a failure of your system. nor were they a failure of your servers, but rather was just your kind and gentle push to ensure that all of your traders and investors got that much needed vacation time. As we know, folks, traders, we just don't really get that much time off. And if you hadn't shut down your servers on the best trading days, we would have been working super hard on those days trying to protect ourselves, and it would have been so much work, and we need vacation. But of course, unlike most businesses, Robinhood, you go much farther. Instead of telling us days that we're going to have off months in advance, well, you're great because you just do it when we show up to the office. Politicians are always talking about how we need more paid time off in the United States. But Robinhood, well, they took that matter into their own hands by giving us $15 in compensation for the days that they were off. But Robinhood, I know you're not one for small payments. In fact, just when everyone was saying that $15 was just too generous, you said, I'm going to up that bar. Robinhood decided to give $75. If Gandhi was alive today, I believe he would have shed a tear. And not only that, but you saved us thousands of dollars in lawyer fines by letting us waive our rights to lawsuits when we accept that $75. Because of course, a company like Robinhood, they hate lawsuits. It's just dirty. So sorry, Robinhood. I was wrong. But enough about your actions, Robinhood. Let's talk about, well, your platform. It's beautiful. When I made a video titled, Why I'll Never Use Robinhood, what I was really doing is projecting my own insecurities over the fact that the brokers that I use don't have as cool of a logo. I don't even know what TD Ameritrade was trying to get at with this logo. What is this TD Ameritrade? And when I said that Robinhood was lacking in many of the tools that we need as traders, especially compared to something like ThinkorSwim, why was I talking about tools? Who really needs tools? This isn't a tool shed, this is trading. So I'm sorry, Robinhood. I was wrong. And Robinhood, I'm really sorry for implying that giving free stocks doesn't make up for being a bad broker. Why would you want a good broker when instead you could have a single share of Washington Prime Group? Thank you, Robinhood. And, well, I'm sorry, Robinhood. And while I've always felt that you, Robinhood, tend to lure beginner traders into highly leveraged positions that they know nothing about, I know now that what you're trying to do is just some tough love. You're trying to teach people by pushing them into the deep end and then watching them drown. Sorry, Robinhood. I was wrong. And while I used to make fun of Robinhood because they sell out our trades to high-frequency traders, costing us traders money between the buy and the ask, I know now that I should have been less greedy. Because, well, high-frequency traders, they have families too. And lastly, well, I'm really sorry for pointing out the legal loopholes in your disclaimer that said that you aren't liable for platform issues or any technical issues that could cost people money. Why would you, the creator of these platforms, be liable? It should always be the people. You built it. Why should you be liable for it too? I was just so stupid and naive. I know now that it was actually you protecting your users by protecting yourself first. I know now that it is irresponsible for me to hold you liable for any issue that you caused. Because at the end of the day, well, it's the user's fault, not you. And while many of us may argue that Robinhood doesn't really do much to improve its reliability, folks, Just stop, people. It's not about what Robinhood doesn't do, but it's what Robinhood does do. And they do great things, the greatest. So please, folks, let Robinhood be Robinhood. And finally, Robinhood, you shining feather in the sky. I, Zip Charlie, a mere peasant, want to thank you for not just changing our niche, but changing the world. And as sacrifice, I'd like to pledge to you, my firstborn. If it's a daughter, well, I'll name her Robin. And if it's a boy, well, I'll name him Hood. Robin and Hood will be my two favorite children, and they will be trading commission-free. Thank you, America. Thank you, world. And thank you, Robinhood. Have a good night. Oof. Okay, folks, well, happy April Fools. Robinhood did not actually send me a cease and desist letter, and I'm not being sued by Robinhood. Did you fall for it? Well, probably not, but let me know in the comment section below if you did. With it being April 1st, I thought this was a great opportunity to poke some fun and have a little bit of a good time with you. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to hit that ravishing like button, and also let me know in the comment section below. This wasn't meant to throw more shade on Robinhood. I've already thrown a decent amount. But everything that I talked about in this video were things that I referenced in previous videos, so if you do want to see my opinion and my review on Robinhood, you can go back and watch those videos. But I know that many of you use Robinhood, and Robinhood has done a great job of building a platform and contributing to our niche, and tons of the young people that, well, they brought into the niche have now followed my channel, and it's really a great thing for everybody involved. But again, there's reasons that I personally don't like Robinhood, and I've talked about that. But again, at the end of the day, they're not a terrible broker, and it's really a question of preferences as to what works best for you and what doesn't and what not. But you need to go and find that out for yourself. Anyways, folks, stay healthy, keep trading like spoiled brats, and I'll see you in the next one. Feather on.